Hi everyone, this is Dino Scaros. Welcome, fellow educators. I've been teaching here at CTU for about 9 years, mostly history and government. I've also taught law. And when I do my calculations, I probably taught about 5,000 students total over that time. And I'd like to share today, just quickly, some of the things I found successful over the years. And the good news is, I think that most of the changes that have happened here at CTU have been positive ones, because I've seen a lot of changes happen to the courses, to the delivery, to the curriculum. I think most of them have been very positive. Lately, meaning over the last 2-3 years, I've been really happy to be involved. I think the faculty, I've worked with some of you on curriculum. It's been great. The departmental meetings are great. The leadership is great. So I think it's all good. But there are some things that I want to share that have been that worked particularly well for me, and some things that I'd like to see returned in the future. One of the things that really works for me in terms of student engagement, in terms of really getting the students to participate, are the live classes, or chats as they're called. Coming to class is great if students can do it. If they can't, I try to emphasize, make sure you watch the recorded archives. Make sure you watch the recordings. I don't want students to think that if they can't come, they still can't do great in class. But I do want them to realize that, with all the bells and whistles that we offer that are wonderful, I still think the best way to really understand the instructions and the material is from the sound of their professor's own voice. So one of the things that used to work really well for me was the instant messenger. That was before the CTU messenger. I don't know how many people remember that. Probably most of you do. The instant messenger was kind of like when you're on Facebook, when you see somebody on and you could just message the person, hi. I found that very, very useful, because what I used to do was, when I would be into the class, I would look at my problem students, the ones that are falling behind, and I would see which ones of them are on live, and I would just message them, and we would often resolve the problems. And one of the things I like to do is to just bring them right into the classroom when there's no class session going on, because I've got all my slides in there, I've got all my notes in there, I can use examples in there as I'm writing, and I think that really helps. And sometimes, if it's easier, I even turn on the student's mic and let the student talk with me back and forth. But I found that to be much more effective than just calling the student on the phone or just with emails back and forth. Now, I think the CTU Messenger is great. What I would love to see, and I'm hoping it's going to happen, is that we move to that feature, the instant messenger kind of feature on the CTU Messenger, so you can actually see which students are on live, and then you can message them on the spot. I think that would be great. In the meantime, one of the things I try to do is to bring students in after class. If I get a student who's kind of fallen behind, I say, can you stick around for about 5 or 10 minutes after class? The reason I do that, of course, is because I don't want the students' grades to be broadcast to all the other students and anybody listening to the recording. So I wait until after class, and it's a private session, and basically I can really get into where the student went wrong and how the student can fix it later. So these are things that I think are important. What I would love to see, and I've said it many times, and I think some of you agree with me, I think the extra credit for the IntelliPath has worked really, really well. I mean, I love how many students are doing it. I think what would be great is if we instructors were given leeway, a certain amount of points, whatever that amount could be, where we could design our own extra credit as we see fit. Because the way I would do it, I would tie it to the live class so that a student would actually have to watch the recording in order to understand. For example, I wouldn't use a question like, what is the capital of Wisconsin? Because anybody can Google that. I would say, what city in Wisconsin did we discuss today in live class number 4? And then really the only way students are going to get it, unless they do an incredibly lucky guess, is to actually watch the class. So for me, I think if we get the students to class, that's the best thing. And what I've been trying to do is write to them, email them, message them, get them to come to class and even stay after class and get a little brush up in terms of doing well. I will keep it under 6 minutes. Sorry that I went this long, but thank you everyone, and I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to talking with you about it soon.